Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all are fine. I'm Asma Jahangir, and today we will go through chapter number 6 of history. The topic is Muslims in South Asia. Here is today's task. We have to recap the lesson. We will talk about Ibn Battuta. I'll provide some timeline of different rulers. Then there would be homework and research work. So let's start with Ibn Battuta. His real name was Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Abdullah Lawati Tangi ibn Battuta. He was born in 1304 and died in 1369. He has traveled almost 44 countries and 75,000 miles in 29 years. So here you can see the review of a book, that is The Travel of Ibn Battuta. It's written by T.M. Smith. It's a well-known biography and so many incidents of Ibn Battuta, and the life history of travels of Ibn Battuta is described in this book. So must go through this book. In today's class, we will talk about early life of Ibn Battuta, the pilgrimage and journeys, and the contributions. So first, let's move towards early life of Ibn Battuta. He was born in Tangiers, Morocco, 25 Feb 1304. As we have already discussed that he was a Moroccan traveler who was born on 25th Feb 1304. He belongs to a wealthy family and he was a legal scholar and descendant of Berber tribe. He set off for pilgrimage to Mecca for Hajj in 21 years old. The pilgrimages and journeys. Here are the outline and the phases of the journey of Ibn Battuta. As you can see, the map, the traveling routes of Ibn Battuta are mentioned on the map. Here you can see that there were three phases in which he has traveled. In first phase, that was started from 1325 and it continued till 1332. He has traveled North Africa, Arabian Peninsula, Iraq, Persia, Swahili coast, and Somalia. In 1332 till 1346, he has traveled Black Sea area, Central Asia, India, Southeast Asia, Indonesia, and China. In third phase of life, he has traveled from 1349 till 1354 and he has traveled the countries like North Africa, Spain, and West Africa. Look at the map again. Here you can see the travel routes of Ibn Battuta. These are the routes from where he has traveled. The journeys. During the journeys, he has faced so many challenges. For example, he has encountered many dangers, including lack of food and water, disease, desert robbers, heat exposure. As we are all aware that in the time of our ancestors and in old times there were no sh vehicles and people have to use to travel by their foot, so there was no vehicle as such. So Ibn Battuta has had to face so many challenges there. Then he has encountered with most important people of that time, including Sultan of Yemen, Somalia, Persia, Oman, and Kulwa. He has traveled 75,000 miles, that is three times distance of Marco Polo, and he finished in 29 years across 44 countries. So visiting 44 countries for that time is really tricky and much difficult. So he has done the travels in the age of 29 across 44 countries. Here are some contributions. He was a well known scholar. He has contributed on geography science. He has written a book named Rihla, The Journey. which we can translate as a gift to those who contemplate the wonders of cities and the marvels of traveling. After journeys became a Qazi, Islamic judge in Morocco. So he returned his hometown and there he was assassinated as a Qazi. In concluding line, we can say he was an eye opener of the vast influence of Islam. He has linked Islam with other cultures, as we are all aware that he has traveled so many countries and so many regions. So he was very well aware of the cultures and traditions and about the religion of other societies and countries. He has interlinked Islam with other cultures. He has contributed to the development of geography. In the old age there were no sh the signboards or the distance measuring instruments, so he has to travel with the movement of the stars. So we can say that he has contributed to the development of geography in a well organized manner. Now we will go through the timeline of Delhi Sultanate. That was started from 1206 and continued up till 1290. Here, AD is written in red color. AD means Anno Domini in Latin, which can be translated as after death. So, name of Sultan who has took over Delhi Sultanate was Qutbuddin Aibak. He also has made Qutub Minar when he set his rule. He has started ruling in 1206 and continued till 1210. He has ruled for 4 years. Then there was Shamsuddin Iltamish, who has ruled from 1211 till 1236. Then there was Razia Begum or Razia Sultana. We are well aware of the history of Razia Sultana. She was a very brave lady. She was having the get-up of just like man, and she was very good at warfares. She has ruled for 4 years from 1236 till 1240. Then there was Muizuddin Behram Shah, who has ruled from 1240 till 1242. Then there was Alauddin Masood Shah, who has ruled for 4 years from 1242 till 1246. Then there was Nasiruddin Mahmud, who has ruled from 1246 to 1266, almost 10 years. Then there was Yasuddin Balban, who has ruled from 1266 till 1287. Then there was Kekubad, who has ruled from 1287 till 1290, and he was the last sultan of Delhi Sultanate. Then there came the Khilji dynasty, which has started from 1290 till 1320. The first ruler or the sultan of the Khilji dynasty was Jalaluddin Khilji. He has ruled from 1290 till 96, and then Alauddin came, who has ruled from 1296 up till 1316. Then there was Shibauddin Umar, who has ruled for 1 year in 1316. Then there was Mubarak Khilji, who has ruled for from 1316 till 1320. Then there was Khusro Khan, who has ruled for 1 year in 1320. Moving towards Tughlaq dynasty, it started from 1320 and it ended up in 1412. The first sultan who has founded this dynasty was Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, who came to rule in 1320 and he has ruled till 25. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who has ruled from 1325 till 51. Firoz Shah Tughlaq, who has ruled from 1351 till 1388. Then there was Tughlaq Khan, who has ruled from 1388 till 1389, 1 year almost. And the four rulers mentioned over here, including Abu Bakr Shah, Muhammad Shah, Alauddin Sikandar Shah, and Nasiruddin Mahmud. These four rulers has ruled over 14 years. And then followed Nasiruddin Mahmud, the last sultan of the dynasty. So we can say these were the rulers who have ruled over Tughlaq dynasty, and this dynasty was expanded over 1 century. So it's very well known in the history. Then there came Sayyid Tughlaq dynasty that was started in 1414 and ended up in 1450. Four important rulers are here. First one who has founded this dynasty was Khizr Khan. He has started rule in 1440 and ended up in 1421. Then there was Mubarak Shah, who has ruled in 1421 till 1434, and then there was Muhammad Shah, who has started his rule in 1434 and ended up his rule in 1445. Then the last ruler of Sayyid Tughlaq dynasty was Alam Shah, who has ruled from 1445 till 1450, almost 5 years. So last dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate was Lodi dynasty, which was founded by Behlol Lodi in 1451, and it continued 1489. The next ruler was Sikandar Lodi, who has started his rule from 1489 till 1517, and the last ruler of this dynasty was Ibrahim Lodi, who has started his dynasty in 1517, and it was ended up in 1526 when Babur came to India from Afghanistan, and he defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the field of Panipat. So Ibrahim Lodi was the last ruler of the Lodi dynasty, and till Ibrahim Lodi, this is called the Delhi Sultanate, in which Khilji, Tughlaq, Sayyid, and Lodi dynasty are included. So here's your homework. You have to make a timeline of all the dynasty of Delhi Sultanate in your notebooks. As I have shown you slides, you can take the screenshot of the slide and you can write all the timeline of every ruler on your notebook. Then you have to draw a map of the Delhi Sultanate, which is given in textbook page number 71. You have to draw this map in your notebooks. In research work, you have to research on Qutub Minar, and you will write important points on a piece of chart paper or on a loose sheet. This is all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.